Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again, and yep, needed to make a quick update video on the, I guess I'm now calling it Proc CoC Inquisitor, because I did make a few of the changes that I was hoping to make for damage, and it did go up a good notch in damage, so I pretty much have to showcase a bit more of that and talk about it, because it is a substantial enough boost that it's made the character much better, and I'm much happier about its damage than I was the day before. So previously, it probably would have been something like a few million DPS, and I think at this point it's probably something like 10 million plus, depending on circumstances and stuff. And all of the content that it was doing basically didn't change. I was a bit over on some kind of block and let's say some max res as well. That wasn't really doing all that much, so I did refine the passive tree a bit and basically didn't really lose anything while gaining a bunch of damage because I had to put in a cluster jewel. That gives us a substantial amount of damage with some sadist action, which is a cluster notable that gives a bunch of damage. And the result, yeah, pretty damn good. I'm also using Tornado, level 21 Tornado with no quality on it, so it's cheap as fuck. And that's instead of Salvo. And I think it's better. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, it feels a bit nicer. We just proc a few tornadoes. Sometimes it's a cold one even that freezes and stuff. And this is a wave 15 Simulacrum. So when I did a Simulacrum previously, it kind of struggled on like waves 11 plus for DPS. Now, it's still not the craziest DPS, but while being borderline unkillable, I'm pretty happy with the DPS for a wave 15 double boss situation here. And the entire Simulacrum run, wave 1 to 15, took the character, I think, 20-ish minutes, 22 minutes, something like that, which I think was a substantial improvement from the day before. And it was deathless and didn't really come close to dying, I don't think. It's just a matter of some certain mods. To be truly immune to this sort of stuff, you probably do need to make sure you don't take any extra crit damage from enemies. So there's a few, like there's mastery you can take, there's a couple of points you can take, and then another mastery, or find something like that on the gear as well, because taking extra crit damage does yield some pretty big monster crits on tier 17s, on simulacrums, on Valdo maps, whatever it is you're going to do. That's going to be the largest source of high roll damage against you. But yep, ran a few tier 17s and just like juiced them with full harbingers, and you can see these harbingers even, I don't know if it does anything, but they have that shrine buff, and yeah, it can get a bit silly, but harbingers do sometimes spawn the tier 17 mobs in there, so that can get pretty crazy as well. And for the most part, handling it like a champ with the whole block setup and all of the procs and just spinning around. And yeah, most of our sustain coming from just some life gain hit. I didn't actually talk about the Watcher's Eye either. So I have a Watcher's Eye that has 30 life gain hit with Vitality and 100 crit for Zealotry Consecrated Ground. I think cost me 7 divines. The Zealotry thing, bit of a luxury, but since it wasn't too much, I decided to splurge on it. It's mostly just the life gain hit that we really care about. You could also spec 3 points into the energy shield wheel at the top of the tree and also get instant leech, and that would also help quite a lot if you get a bit more leech somewhere for life leech as well as energy shield leech. So there's also some other options there too. All in all, for how much I put into the character, which was, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 15 divines, it performed pretty fucking crazily. Like, comfiest mapping I've ever had, and the most watching TV or second monitor style build while mapping I've ever had by far, and can still do some respectable bossing. I wouldn't love to do Ubers on this thing because we're very melee, and you will probably still have to do a whole bunch of dodging of certain mechanics because degens still aren't good, and some stuff would still be pretty annoying for 90% chance to block is still 10% chance to die to some stuff, So I don't know, I wouldn't love doing Ubers with it, but it's probably capable of doing at least a few of them. For the most part, I think it's just a really nice core level character. So there's a Maven there, there's like a Feared here, and can tank most of that shit. You know, just still a good idea to try and avoid stuff because some of those Shaper Balls get through, for example, probably take off like half your life and then you can get comboed. But overall, yeah, has worked out. Treat the character hit level 96, and for me to have a level 90, one level 95 and two level 96s by 2 weeks into the game, pretty unheard of. Like, I've been sitting on characters and I've been enjoying the end game and the league mechanic quite a lot. And then this character just felt good to map on and juice stuff up. So I've been doing lots of Harbingers, doing lots of Abyss, doing lots of strong boxes, and all of the Eldritch altars that Eldritch, yeah, whatever. Eater of Worlds altars that hopefully give us some divines, but thus far nothing really. So yeah, just a quick update video, and I do want to just jump into the game real quick to showcase exactly what I changed. See if you want to make those same changes, or if you want to draw some inspiration for more damage, for less damage, and more tank, whatever it is you want to do with the character. Customize it. So yeah, real quick, that's after the Simulacrum. Didn't actually change anything on gear, I don't think. I did remove Energy Leech in my main setup and put in crit damage. The setup for Tornado is at the moment conk and crit damage. I'm kind of low on crit damage across the entire tree, so we are using crit damage supports pretty much everywhere, except for, no, even Tempest Shield is using it as well. So mostly just that, got rid of the Energy Leech and then put 1 point into a bit of Energy Leech here, because we need something, I think, to help sustain during the really thick moments. Otherwise, we have this cluster here, and to enable that, I did unspec this area here, this area here, and this area here. I was a bit, you know, going a bit too hard on like max res, which really wasn't that necessary. So where something like that, still with the endurance charges, it's still pretty thick. And to get back some of that block, I think I reshuffled the masteries, and then the cluster got a Megalomaniac here that gave a little bit of spell block, and then spell block when we cast recently. This one's a bit luxury, but whenever we Frostblink or Zealotry or Assassin Mark, it does top me off on that last bit of block. But the main purpose of this cluster, it's a 2.5 divine cluster, or you can try making it yourself. Don't know how hard that would be. Sadist, Prismatic Heart. So basically just Sadist gives us at least 60 damage, really good stuff. And then we got another one here, and Mage Hunter, Conjured Will, grabbed another Jewel that did just a bunch of damage, 2 max fire res. 2 max fire res jewels are super easy to get, just hopefully you get 2 good things with them. And then I suspect Iron Will. So reshuffle the tree to gain, I don't know, 2 or 3 times more damage, and it seems to have worked out rather nicely. So that's it. That's pretty much all I need to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the character. Very fun to play, and pilot. Maybe a bit tough to get an axe, but you can do a lot of different things to not do the exact same axe. And I'm still not even sure the battle mage thing is worth it, but you can tinker around with POV if you want to decide that. But with that, gonna go make the next character. No idea what the fuck it is yet, but thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.